One of the most disrespectful and ignorant decisions anybody can make is to drink and drive. I mean, one, drinking and driving is illegal, so therefore you shouldn't do it already. And also, this impairs you in every way possible. Your perspective and ability to see the road and to make judgments and make like certain calls are totally impaired. You're less aware of traffic signs, bikers, pedestrians, and even other cars. Your reaction time is greatly depreciated as well. Like if a car's coming at you and you could normally, get out of the way, it's going to be a lot slower while you're drunk. So the chances of you getting out of the way are going to be cut in half almost. The judgment of like speed and distance, that's diminished. So where you'd see a stop sign that's coming up in 100 feet, you might think it's a little further. So you could possibly run it and cause an accident, hurt somebody else. Also, alcohol gives you a natural like confidence boost. That's why you always catch people out on the weekends drinking, so they can like mingle and make friends. Well, drinking and driving, it may result in an overconfident decision to maybe turn out into the road and either cause somebody else to swerve off the road and crash, or yourself, you could hit somebody else and possibly hurt or kill them. So drinking and driving with a passenger puts, other people's children in your hands. So when you go out on the weekends and let's say Tommy's mother lets him come hang out with you and you decide, hey man, we're going to go drink. Instead of drinking and driving and possibly putting his life in danger, you could maybe try to be the DD or find a designated driver to take you. You could call a cab. That's not that's not a bad choice. That it costs anywhere from $10 to $30 depending on where you're trying to go. You can enjoy it, or you can avoid drinking and driving by finding a DD, calling a cab, maybe asking a friend who enjoys the time out without drinking. Maybe they could come and be the DD. That way, nobody's losing out on a good time. And I'm not like against people having a good time. I'm against drinking and driving. So if no one wants to be the DD, you could play like rock, paper, scissors to decide like, hey man, if you get this week, I'll get next week. And maybe you could do something like that. Some of the statistics are the men aged from 22 to 45 are responsible for almost 50% of all drinking and driving accidents. And that's like a crazy number. So if you were to think about it, men are kind of leading in the whole drinking and driving thing. I don't know if it's because they think they're macho and they can, drink and drive and it sounds like a good idea. Like, oh man, the house is only, like 3 or 4 miles down the road. I'm fine. Well, in that 3 and 4 miles, you could definitely get hurt, and most accidents actually happen within 3 or 4 miles of the place that you're leaving, so statistics kind of prove that wrong. I just don't think you can drink and drive. If you do it, you can kill somebody else, you could lose your own life. Even just living with the guilt of like hurting somebody or killing someone else is crazy. You'd be in depression for who knows how long. It would just be awful. The legal costs that come with it, if say you run into somebody with a brand new Mercedes or a Cadillac, you might be paying a payment to them for the rest of your life for a simple decision that could have been avoided. Also, like the legal cost, if you have to go to court, to pay somebody like fines or court fees, that's going to diminish your money and just break you completely, just rip your wallet apart. Your insurance cost is going to be increased, so you're going to be paying more on your insurance monthly. And alcohol is the leading cause of death for young Americans between the age of 16 and 24. So that's the age when everybody's getting their life started and they're just about to get on their feet. Why would you want to make a decision that can ruin the rest of your life to come? Like, you're only just a child, so take a step back from the situation before you drink and drive. Maybe look at all the bad outcomes that outweigh the good outcomes. You may get home okay once or twice. Maybe you've done it before, but that's not going to be a guarantee every time. Just the risk is going up and up the more you disobey the law. One American life is lost every 20 minutes in an alcohol-related crash, so it might not be your fault. It could be somebody else drinking and driving. So while you're on the road, I'd recommend, acknowledge everything around you, kind of take notes and see how everybody's driving. But the moral of the story is just don't drink and drive and save yourself the punishment.